Brad, you've replaced your head with this. Hang on. Look at that blade. Look at that blade.
Joey is ready for action.
That's right. Freshly rescued, huh?
That's right. Can you... Well, you can't see this, but I think they can see it. Joey's ready to cut open a console.
That's right. Joey wants to drink deep of the Xbox Series X.
Joey hungers for blood.
Yeah. Green blood.
That's right.
So we're back to unbox the other console.
That's right.
I think we maybe learned slightly more after doing that first one, which is still not run as of us recording this.
I had the radical impulse to point the camera at the console instead of my face this time.
That's the face is the hit. This is where the money is made.
That's
Brad.
true. It's
up
true,
here.
But yeah.
This isn't. Yeah, you got that. I got where did I? Oh yeah. I got this little guy.
Whoa, that's like a one-hander.
Yeah, this is like a one-hander. This is like a.
You cannot pick this up with one hand.
No, that's I palmed this like a basketball.
That's wild, man.
Over here.
I think the Series X box might be heavier than the PS5 box. In fact, I'm almost positive.
Yeah, it's dense in a way that the PS5 box was maybe not. So I have already unboxed an Xbox Series X. And
I not to get ahead of ourselves, but you kind of talked a big game about their packaging.
I think it's kind of cool, and I'm curious to see if the Series S is cool. But I thought the experience of opening that box and the way they have put things in that box, I thought was like they thought about presentation in a way that you don't see from most electronics, and I thought that was kind of cool.
I'm excited to see what that means. Hang on, I got to give him the Master Chief first, though.
Master Chief, his back turned to you, walking away as if to say, "I will see you some other time."
Walking into 2021.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Should I just get into it? You want to start with this thing?
Yeah, why don't we start with that one?
Okay, doesn't matter which...
After you're done with that, I'll crack open this little guy.
Okay, so there's no opening on the top. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but it looks like the two side panels open. Does it matter which one, or do I need to do both?
The side panels do not... so it'll... there's plastic on there that you can actually just peel off pretty cleanly.
Okay. But Joey...
Joey demands blood, and I understand that, so...
Joey's got to fulfill his purpose.
Yeah, but if you just cut the plastic, it should just open, pretty.
Oh, there's two more in the bottom here.
Yes, yeah. There's more on the bottom, and that's where you'll pull it open from that side, or I'll flip it over. But
all right. Well, Joey is sated, so
great. All hail.
Should I open it like this? Does it open?
It will open like a shoebox, and so don't do it that way. That's backwards. That's upside down.
I see. Yes. I'm overthinking it because you said it was cool. Now I feel like there's some big gimmick.
No, it's just I think that they just did more with how they laid it in there.
Oh yeah, look at that. All right, sure.
Like they thought about like what they wanted it to look like when you opened it up, and I thought that was kind of neat.
Let me give them the full first-person experience.
Yeah, here you go. It's like you're opening the Xbox.
Look at that.
And now I'll talk quietly so you can get whatever you need to get. Yeah, and then. What do I do? How do I do that? How do we make money? How do we make the ASMR money? Would I have to make weird mouth sounds?
All right, here we go. From the top. All right, you ready?
Okay.
Okay. There it is.
Yeah.
Also, I have revealed that I am wearing a pair of gym shorts with this button-up shirt, so great.
Hell yeah!
All right,
I don't remember the last time I wore pants.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, Brad.
It's...
Most of the last few months, I ain't been wearing a shirt unless I'm on camera.
Wow, that's okay. That's the level of commitment that I have not yet reached. Is this the Xbox? This is the Xbox.
That's the Xbox. Yes.
By the way, this is the console.
Yeah, by the way, it's the console right in there, just ready to lift out. It's
right there. Okay, that feels like the stand side, so let's put it that way. It's like gift wrapped, just for you. Like, look at that.
Yeah.
All right, well, whatever. Let's get straight into it. Oh, this little guy's just got a pull tab on it with is that a QR code? There's a tiny QR code hiding in there.
Well, now you got to scan it before someone else sees this video.
That's true, yeah. Okay. This is such a weird... Both of these boxes, this is such a weird experience because they are both so enigmatic to me.
Yeah.
They're both such weird-looking machines. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Heft.
It's thick, right?
Density is the word that comes to mind. Wow. Huh. Okay. I just plop it.
Go ahead and click the power button. Not to just tell you what to...
That green, really.
I mean, obviously it's not plugged in, but like there's a clickiness to that power button that I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Let's see if I can... Again, not easy to one hand.
Yeah.
Wow. There's the click. There's my pasty legs. I can't do that again. All right. That's quite a console. That is quite a console.
Yeah, it's like a brick.
Sits horizontally like that, literally like so.
Yeah.
Man,
looks a little strange in an entertainment center.
You doing the sideways?
Yeah, that's the only way I can do it. I don't have room to stand either of these things up.
Yeah, same. I was a little surprised to see that the stand does not come off of this thing.
Like, no, it just sits on there. It's kind of, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like they could have something that looks like the top under it or something, maybe, if they...
Sure. God, this thing's just a slab, man.
Yeah, it's a dense, like, I forgot, but like, you think about the original launch Xbox One and how hollow that thing felt.
Yeah, this is the opposite of that.
Yeah, and but like by the time, I just disconnected an Xbox One X, and that thing is similarly like dense, like it is heavier than it looks. You're like, oh, look at this little guy. It's like a little PlayStation 2. You pick it up, you're like, God damn, like it's... For what it is, like they packed it in there, and this has that same vibe, I think.
Whoa, kind of with this lighting, you can kind of just see in there, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Look at that.
You're inside the vapor chamber now, I guess.
Yeah, is that, you see, there's like some copper in there, it looks like, kind of? Well, you can't see this angle, but yeah.
Yeah, no.
Whatever, the back panel's out there. I mean, people know what that looks like, pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's a place for you to stick the hard drive thing. And
I want to experience sticking one of those things into that slot.
Yeah, so if you've got an Xbox One X like I do, I was able to just unplug all the cables from that and plug them into this and be done.
That's nice. You can even use the same controller if you want.
Yeah.
What else we got in here? Just some setup and accessory information. All right. Let's see if I can clear some space here. Go through the rest of this box. Got this back panel that just lifts right out. Or could I just open it, leave it in there? Okay. HDMI and power. What do you think of the controller so far?
It's good.
Seems like, without having touched it myself, well, now I have. Kind of way less to talk about there than on the PS5 because it's so similar.
So the thing I'll say...
not necessarily a bad thing, but...
The thing I'll say is that controller, for what they've done to the D-pad, for what they've done to the analog sticks, and with the texture they've put on the triggers, I feel like it does most of what I would want an Elite controller to do.
Okay, sure.
Without costing as much as an Elite controller.
Have they done more with the triggers this time? I forget.
I don't think so.
Same stuff as before.
I think it's the same. I think it's the same stuff.
The big differences are, share button in the middle here.
Yeah.
Got this disc-shaped D-pad, which I was really worried about because it brings to mind the 360 D-pad, which is god-awful. But
yeah,
it feels like it's got the same. Feels like it's got the same action underneath it as the Xbox One with the nice shallow clicky feel.
Yeah, and that clicky is different from the way this is the Elite Series 2 here. It's got a pretty good click to it as well, and it's got a disc. But it's like you go with either this, you put in this the cross or you put in the disc. Whereas that thing on the series, the series controller, I don't even know what the fuck to call it, is kind of both, right? It like the cardinal directions stick up in a way that gives you a little bit of both. That I think is it's pleasing to the touch, I would say.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, it seems good. Have to give
good
it Street
tightness
Fighter.
On the sticks.
Yeah, try to give it the Street Fighter test to see how it goes, but yeah. Maybe easier to get those spinning pile drivers out. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I get, well, whatever. You can plug it into a PC. I was going to say, they're not going to put a Street Fighter game on the Xbox, are they? Sure. Yeah. They didn't put the last one on there, but I guess that was Sony's doing. Maybe it'd be different next time around. God. Just sitting here thinking about the idea of a next Street Fighter and going, yeah. Wonder
if we make it that long.
Yeah.
Plenty of old Street Fighters on the Xbox to give it a test with.
You're right.
It's just hollow. I think the rest of this insert is just hollow.
There should be a couple of batteries in there for that controller.
Oh yeah, I think those fell out in
a
this
couple of double A's.
A couple of batteries, and that's the box.
So that's it, right?
Yeah.
What's missing?
Nice. Let's see. Is the thing USB-C? A USB-C cable? Is that what you're getting at? Is that? Huh, yeah. I guess you're right. I mean, it uses replaceable batteries, so it's not like you need it for charging necessarily, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the play and charge kit would come with a battery and a cable, probably, right? Yeah. But as someone who tends to plug in the controllers and just leave them close to the TV, that stood out.
Slight little oversight, I guess. I don't know. I've bought a handful of USB-C to A cables already, so...
I use the one from my Switch.
Yeah. Got some stuff like that around. I've got a couple of retractable ones.
Ooh, that does sound nice.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, nice, elegant, simple packaging. Nothing.
Yeah, like not a lot in there other than the note says like, "Hey, download the Xbox app and use your phone to set this thing up" or something, which they've been talking about for a little bit here.
I am weirdly excited to start playing Xbox One games and even 360 games on this thing. Just with their kind of comprehensive, like, universal backwards compatibility stuff. I just want to fire up a bunch of old games and see what they're like.
Yeah, they've done a good job of promoting that and talking about the methods and I mean, don't they have patents on some of those methods or something?
Yes,
I feel like they've been
the Hoichi method or whatever it is.
Yes, yeah. They're like, yo, we invented stuff to make this work, which is neat.
All right. That's an Xbox Series X.
Well, I've not opened this. I've not opened the Series S, and I'm really curious to see what this thing looks like, because when the images leaked of it, I thought, man, that looks cool, and it is crazy how small this box is already. Like that was the thing right out of the gate. Is just like I said, this feels like I'm going to open it and there'll be like a slim PS2 in here or something, or I mean, a regular PS2 could probably fit in here, but with the cartons and other stuff that a console usually had, like this is smaller than the launch PS2 box for sure.
How does that box feel in the hand, like especially compared to this Series X, which is a real chunk?
Light, svelte, like I can
okay,
fast break. That was one more. No, oh yeah, one more. All right, peel this one off. This one has not just the Master Chief on the back here. It's got Ori and Cyberpunk and Outer Worlds and Fortnite. I don't know if you heard of that.
Video games.
Yeah,
that you can play.
Redefine speed with the Xbox Velocity architecture.
As opposed to one video game that you can't yet play.
Right, yeah. 512 SSD.
Oh, right, yes. God, that's right.
In this little one.
Completely forgot about that.
I feel like that's the thing that, like, depending on how big the games are and all that other stuff, if you're going to have to run out and buy a storage expansion for this thing, does that just mean you should have bought the Series X because you're going to spend as much money for that, like...
Or if you can't... it's the exact same thing.
Holy shit, this thing is small.
Why does this box layout remind me of like a fast food box? Like, I've never bought a Crave. What is it called? A Crave box? What is it?
The Crave case.
Crave case. I've never actually bought any of that shit for whatever reason. This just reminds me of like there's gonna be like a 3-bean burrito in there.
Oh man, that'd be great. I'm starving. This similar layout, I guess, sort of. But I was not prepared for actually how small the device.
Yeah, take that thing out.
This thing is fucking crazy.
I want to see how deep it is, or how tall it is.
I was gonna say, it's like it's like a shoebox. Like there are a lot of shoe boxes that are fully attached like this too.
Yes. Yeah. Some nice packaging overall.
Yeah. It's like they thought about it. I know Sony was talking up like the environmental, the relatively low environmental impact of their packaging and stuff like that. And
the PS5 box pretty thin on cardboard. Like they kind of did a lot with a little.
Dude, this is crazy. This thing is crazy. All right, there is no QR code on this one. You should scan that.
I should. Is there like a generic way to scan QR? I guess there must be.
iOS will.
Can you just straight up camera it?
Should just do it with the camera app.
Huh. Man, wow, that thing is like nothing.
This thing is like I wish I had a fucking Wii here. I mean, a Wii is obviously smaller, but it evokes that type of like, look at this little guy. Like
slide it under your TV kind of thing.
Yeah. So same ports on the back. Basically, you got your two USBs. You got your Ethernet. You got your HDMI. No HDMI in. Unfortunately.
Aww.
And you got your storage expansion port.
It's got these USB ports. I am totally going to plug that USB over the air antenna adapter into it.
Yeah,
see if you can still watch TV on it.
Clicky. Okay. Button up front here for
that's wild.
Yeah.
Like, setting aside the power difference, like, just in terms of physicality, I think that thing is even more interesting than the big guy.
Yeah. It's really small. Like, I mean, the box was, like, small, and I was like, whatever, but, like, this is, I'm kind of shocked a little. I'm honestly, like, it's got rubber feet here on this.
I was about to ask. So it does go vertical? I wasn't sure if
you can stand it up like that if you so choose. But
because it's got vents on every side, so I was wondering if they were.
Hey, what direction is the Xbox button?
That's something I noticed a few months ago. The Xbox button on the Series X is oriented as if it was going to be vertical in your thing.
Okay, this one is oriented as if it's going to be horizontal in your thing,
and it does not rotate.
It does not rotate, which is an ultimate failing of the Xbox platform.
How long before somebody figures out how to take this thing apart just to reorient the power button?
Just to rotate the
I would do it.
Someone will, sure. Someone would probably try to do that. It's small. It's got this,
that looks pretty small.
fan port on it, which looks like a cool subwoofer looking thing. Man, that is small. I'm gonna see what else is in this box. I assume it's just the same stuff. But,
I like to see that controller in white. Yeah, I think they're both interesting box designs, but that one in particular is just kind of wild.
Yeah. Here's the controller in white. It's very nice. In fact, I may swap out the black controller and use this one instead, as I like a nice white controller. Yeah, it's the same as the one you got. I like the feel of the D-pad in the hand. I think the tightness on the sticks is solid. They've got like a grippy, like a texture on the triggers, like an anti-slip sort of deal.
I feel like these bumpers might just be a tad bit more raised than the old ones, a little bit easier to hit.
They said that they made some minor changes to try to make it more accommodating for people with smaller hands, which I don't quite know what that entails as someone who does not have smaller hands. But yeah, I wonder if that's part of that. Does it say? Does it still say
"Hello from Seattle"?
Hello from Seattle in here. Doesn't look like it does.
It does. Very small. So small that my aging eyes can barely read it.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's. Oh, it is in there. Okay, yeah.
There's
Also
no
in here
way
it just
that's
says.
gonna pick up.
It just says Xbox wireless controller.
Huh.
Which I guess like that. I feel like that's the long term. when you talk about Xbox, you will just talk about Xbox. And,
totally. I don't know how long it's been since you turned on your One X, but they just updated the dashboard on there to look, from what I can tell, exactly like the dashboard on the new ones.
Yep.
So it's just like this iOS style, just like, hey, it doesn't matter what Xbox you're running, they all kind of have the same thing on them.
Yeah. That seems like the approach, and even with the naming, I think to some extent, like, I think that's why, you know, like people say like, it's so similar to the Xbox One X name, it's going to be so confusing, but like, I don't think there are Xbox One X's on shelves anymore, are they? Like Microsoft's not selling them. You get
they
S's,
discontinued. Yeah, it's just the S now,
or just you get an Xbox One S and stuff like that. So
right,
like a little confusion there, but. It just doesn't seem like that's like a long-term thing. Same deal on the inside here, HDMI, power, and that's that. It's small, man. I am surprised. I am really surprised. But it has that similar kind of dense feel to it, like whatever they, you know, it doesn't feel hollow or anything like that. It's like it feels like they packed it full of whatever they need to pack it full of.
Sand,
yeah, mostly. Well, still, yeah.
Yeah, how does that thing stand? Like, yeah, I'm curious. Turn it toward a. That looks pretty nice. Yeah, okay. I think it is a bold choice that they made that grill black.
Yeah,
they were like, we're not trying to hide this thing. It's just fucking boom right there.
Boom. Yeah. It stands out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that's a nice looking machine. I mean, obviously, you know, I don't know nothing about how it runs games, and even if I did, we couldn't really talk about that here. But
not yet. I am looking forward to side-by-siding some stuff though.
I hear you.
Just to see if we can actually tell a difference.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really curious about that as well. So yeah, that's it seems like it would be nice and like relatively nondescript underneath a TV. You know, just like, here's your featureless white box. Obviously, no drive, no place to put the discs.
Right. Right. God, yes, right.
Yeah.
Of course.
And I think the 512, the half the storage of the X, I think is, you know, you look at game install sizes these days, that seems like it could be weird. But I think there's an interview where they said, you know, hey, game installs on this might actually be a little bit smaller than on the Series X because it's going to download appropriate textures.
Yeah, they were throwing around numbers like 30% smaller on average, blah, 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 but like that can only go so far, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Games are big now.
And
buying that expansion card more than offsets the savings of buying that thing in the first place. So,
yeah.
Buy a cheap USB drive to store stuff on and get used to juggling games.
Game juggling.
Because these things are going to fill up fast.
Right. Yeah. That's the impression I get, is that games will continue to be big, and even 1 terabyte might not be all that much.
Yeah.
By the time all is said and done. But
yep. It seems that way.
Yeah. But we'll see. It's weird, man. I've got a PS4 and an Xbox One X down here, just ready for the bammer.
That's right.
It's like
forget they exist.
Yeah. I guess that's it. We did it. It's a new generation of video games, and
I might leave my PS4 Pro hooked up in case I want to play Shadow Complex.
Just play the PC version.
Although I am hopeful that Epic is going to come along and patch that game, and
they had better. They had better.
Shadow Complex deserves it.
Yes, Shadow Complex in stores now.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, man, consoles are here. Wow, what the hell?
Yeah, we got them both. I mean, if you want to see them both side by side, I can try to grab. I mean, Brad, you won't see this, but
I've got the PS5 right here at my feet right now.
Okay, yeah, well, all right, yeah, pull it up. Let's compare them. Compare and contrast. Meanwhile, I'll try to snake this webcam. This will be okay. If you're at home, this is going to be bumpy for a sec here. I'm going to try and get this, wind this around here. This camera, this webcam is the same cable I use to do VR stuff. So, you know, it should have some reach on it. That's Watch Dogs. Hello, Watch Dogs. So there's that's a bag. It's got an old. Hey, remember when we bought phones in Japan?
Did we?
Maybe you weren't there that time, but
I might not have
bought a phone.
Doesn't sound like something I would be brave enough to do.
Well, we were renting them for a while, and then it just got. expensive to rent, and so my mom was cleaning up and found an old bag, and let me see if I can do this one-handed while still... Anyway, I'll try to... Sorry. That's what they look like in my entertainment center. I pushed the Xbox pretty far back, and there's a lot of room up front for controllers. And,
let me try to adjust my camera angle here.
Yeah. Okay, now let me put this... Hang on.
Oh my god, this Manfrotto doing work here, this friction arm.
Okay. That's not a great angle. Anyway, this is an AU digital. This is this is the phone I bought in Tokyo for using when we were covering TGS. Yeah, because we would rent phones, and it got to a point where it would be less expensive to just buy a prepaid phone and charge it up whenever we went. And so that's what I did. And now I got this tiny little phone. Look at this guy.
Whoa! Wow!
Yeah. Look at this.
You play that gyroscope golf game with that thing?
No, this thing is This is like a pre-video game phone. And I wonder if it. Yeah, I kind of. Well, I'll never find a charger for this thing. But anyway,
I have produced a truly hideous camera angle here, but here's some kind of a shot of both consoles next to each other.
Yeah.
Consoles, man. Wow.
Yep.
Like it occurred to me the other day that like the Series X got announced December at the Game Awards, but 100% of the marketing of the PlayStation 5 from announcement to reveal to price to here it is on the desk has occurred within the bounds of this pandemic. Like,
yeah, I guess so.
There was no like gala E3 unveiling or similar. Like there was no us going to preview events for the first time to see like a debug kit, running games. Just the whole thing has just seemed 100% theoretical until all of a sudden here they are.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I had not touched a PS5 controller until we recorded that video.
Yeah.
That is now live, I guess, by the time you're watching this.
Yes.
Yeah. But that was
it
was weird that's the idea of just like that was the first time touching, and the same with the Series X controller. Like first time was when when I unboxed that a couple days ago, and you just now. It's weird, man.
It's
super weird.
Times.
Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, I guess that's it from Unboxing HQ. You're home for the latest unboxings. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. We're going to take more stuffs out of boxes. We got this Japanese phone. I'm going to put it in a box and take it out of the box. I got this Diet Pepsi that
probably was in a box at some point.
That's not from today. That's not from today.
Maybe it was in a case at one point. That was out the box. Now that all this stuff is out of boxes, maybe we'll actually get to use it on camera one of these days.
Oh, I don't know if I go that far.
We'll get there eventually.
Yeah. So stay tuned for more, coverage of what these things might actually do when you plug power into them. And thanks for watching. We'll see you then.